Hello, everyone. Welcome to Spill the Tea. Joining me on my couch today is none other than Dana Alsulaiman. Dana is someone who, basically, this is what I'll say. If you walk away after listening to this episode and not completely in awe of this woman, of this lovely young lady, and not feeling completely inspired and at the same time completely worthless and useless, like you've accomplished nothing in your life, then there's something wrong with you. So Dana Alsulaiman, welcome to my show. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, such an honor to be here today. Thank you for the opportunity to come and chat about myself, what I've been up to.
Oh my God, you don't understand. I'm so excited. This is such a serendipitous moment for me, like the way that this worked out. But before we get too much into everything, I would like to ask you, how's your tea?
Oh, thank you. Let me try it. Let's see. Delightful.
I'm so glad.
Nice. Thank
and now,
you.
without further, I can't even talk. I'm just so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Without further ado, let's spill it.
Yalla.
Okay, so Dana, the reason why I'm so excited to have you here today, by the way, in case nobody already knows this, I think I should do a pilot or something to release, to explain this podcast a little bit more. This is completely unscripted. So whatever mistakes and blunders you see, especially on like my part, it's because I am not prepared. Completely natural conversation, and because it's a natural conversation, I don't have much knowledge on anything that Dana does, other than that she's a genius and does stuff for cancer. So first and foremost, Dana, what is this thing that you're doing where you detect stuff in the skin for cancer? Please explain it to me, because I know
Sure.
nothing about anything.
Sure, I'd be happy to tell you a little bit more. So, a little bit about myself. So I run a little lab at KAUST, so it's just an hour north of here. Beautiful campus right on the Red Sea. And I have a team of about 12, 13 people. And essentially the entire goal of every member of the group is to develop some miniaturized, actually point-of-care device that you can use to detect the earliest markers of diseases, particularly cancer.
Oh.
So basically, instead of patients having to go to the clinic to do an MRI, CT scan, or like a tissue biopsy, we want to make sure that our technologies are accessible to patients. So essentially, this little tiny device that I can give to a patient, or a patient can use in a clinic, apply a little biofluid sample from the patient, so saliva, urine, or blood, for example, onto the little device, and then it gives you signs or markers of the earliest stages of a disease. So
basically, wait, are you saying that this is something or a device that anyone can have, like even me, or is it okay?
Yeah,
so I
so
can just do it like from the comfort
yourself.
of my home?
Exactly. So some of those technologies are going to be home use. So we would send them to you, for example. You do a test and then you send it back.
That's so like convenient, first of all, and so easy.
Exactly.
Because like I said, I don't know much about anything, but from what I know is that the process of detecting cancer in general is a tedious one and very long. And is it painful as well?
It is. So the unfortunate thing about cancer is basically that most cancers are detected at late stages. Why? Because you don't actually have symptoms. Most of the cancers you start kind of seeing symptoms at late stages, stage 3, stage 4, when the cancer is not even responsive to therapy.
You're joking.
And that's it's awful. And that's what causes, unfortunately, the low survival rates.
Okay.
So essentially, this is exactly what we're tackling. Not trying to develop new therapies for cancer.
Okay.
We're just trying to basically make the detection much earlier. So instead of stage 4, stage 1. And to showcase, how important that is, I'll give you a statistic. So basically, if you detect, let's say, colorectal cancer at the late stage, the number of patients that survive after 5 years, تخيلي, is 1 in every 10.
You're kidding.
1 in every 10 if you detect it at
You're
late stages.
joking.
Imagine if you detect it at early stages, stage 1. The survival rate goes up to 9 in every 10.
No way. That is not even close.
That's our inspiration. Can we just make detection earlier?
And
that'll solve a lot of problems. Survival rates goes up 90% instead of 10%.
Wow.
And so that's the entire goal.
And have you managed to do it?
Everybody asks this question. The thing is, We have the devices.
Okay.
So each student has a little device, and they, each one is special in a different way. So in one case, it's like very sensitive. In the other case, it's very quick. In the other case, it's very cheap.
Okay.
So, and we have some patents on them, and we've shown that we can detect this biological marker of cancer.
Oh, okay, amazing.
Yes. Alhamdulillah, we can.
Okay.
Maybe it's not stage 1 that we're detecting cancer. We're detecting it maybe at stage 2 or 3.
Okay, so better than stage 4.
Alhamdulillah, yeah, much better than stage 4. And we don't have clinical trials yet. We have very, very small stage. But inshallah, in the next few years, we can actually do some clinical trials and get it to the patients. That's the ultimate goal.
Okay.
But yani, we're close, we're getting there. We have the science, we have technology, we have the team, alhamdulillah, to actually do it. But we'll see. It takes a bit of time to get devices to the market.
How did you even get into this?
I always knew I wanted to contribute to healthcare.
Okay.
Like helping people through healthcare. I don't know how, but yani, at least when I was really young, it was my great aunt. I don't know if you've heard of her, Dr. Farida Alsulaiman. She's one of the pioneering pediatricians in female pediatricians in Saudi with American voice.
So it's just like in your bloodline, basically. Amazing woman.
I was just really inspired by her, and I wanted to make sure that I contribute through healthcare. I love kids, so I thought, okay, I'm going to be a pediatrician like my aunt. But subhanAllah, over time, I discovered that you can actually contribute in different ways. So one of the other ways is like the field called biomedical engineering. So you develop the tools that healthcare practitioners use in order to, let's say, treat a patient or in order to kind of to detect a disease. So that's where I found myself. It involves a little bit more creativity and innovation. So that's sort of where I went, and then.
And do you enjoy it?
I love it.
Really?
I love it, alhamdulillah. And there's ups
I can
and
imagine
downs,
it's pretty rewarding, like what you're doing. Like I can't even fathom like how much joy it brings you to not only work in something so amazing, but to actually, when you see the successes. I don't think there's such a thing as a small success in what you're doing. Each success, I'm sure, is contributing to like a major, an amazing like discovery and advancement in the like medical industry. So you're literally saving lives, and I'm over here trying to not spill the tea.
Thank you for saying that, sarahatan.
Like I'm in awe. Like I'm genuine. Like I know I'm nothing to you, but I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
And honestly, I feel like we all contribute in different ways.
Okay.
Right? And we all have a different part to play in the world. Like just having this conversation with you, I know I'm learning something.
You're
I know
so
that
sweet.
you're giving me a platform. Without this, maybe when people would have heard of what we do, we all play a little part. And I feel like in my career, I still haven't seen the kind of, let's say, the effect that technologies will have on patients' lives yet, and I might not even see it in my lifetime.
Really?
Yeah.
It's that far like back?
Yeah, it takes typically, let's say, for a device like what I'm doing, maybe 4 to 5 years to get FDA approval. But then it starts going into practice, and then maybe you can do studies to see, well, how did this device affect this person's life? And then you can say, maybe this technology contributed to the lives of, I don't know, these 100 people or something.
So you're still way far off. You're not that special. No, I'm joking.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to see it.
No, I think you will.
Inshallah.
I think if you, because you've already made leaps and bounds.
Alhamdulillah.
In a short period of time.
Advancements in technologies,
so I have a feeling with a mind like yours and the passion that you clearly have, like, I think you're going to do it. I think you're going to be the one.
Inshallah. We'll see. And I have to give credit for everybody who basically helped get me to where I am. Hatta the technologies, it didn't just start from scratch.
But how did you come up with the idea of this particular technology? Like, what made you think, like, is that the sensor?
Yeah, let me
Sorry.
show you.
Yeah, I want to see it.
So I brought one of the technologies that we have.
Okay.
So basically, this one is a microneedle.
Okay.
It's actually clear. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a little microneedle.
Can I hold it, or is it
yeah,
like...
of course. You could even run your finger on top of it. You'll see it's not painful.
Okay.
And the idea is you punch it into your skin.
Okay.
But don't do that. But punch it into your skin.
What would happen if I punched it into my skin right now?
Nothing. I just get in trouble because I didn't get you to sign in a form.
Yeah, it's okay.
Informed consent.
I wish I don't know if the camera would be able to see it. Like, I don't know.
So we didn't publish on it yet.
Maybe it'll
You
like
can see it.
I don't know. Can you zoom in on this? I don't know. But like, don't zoom in on my nails because a manicure has not happened for me in a while.
So you kind of punch it into your skin.
Okay.
And the microneedle patch. So yeah, it's not painful because it actually never gets to the nerves in your skin.
Okay.
That layer of your nerves.
Okay.
But you don't actually feel it. And hatta then it doesn't get to your blood vasculature, so it doesn't cause bleeding. And you punch it in. And under your
so
skin,
simple.
It's so simple. Under your skin, you have this fluid called interstitial fluid.
Okay.
So imagine
which
all
is
the
what
little,
exactly for anyone
anyone
that doesn't know.
that doesn't know. It's the fluid that bathes cells. So around the cells, you have a fluid environment.
Okay.
And literally, when cells communicate with each other, they spit things into this interstitial fluid, and it goes from here to the other cell, and then they start talking to each other. And
oh, cute. Have a conversation, guys. Yeah.
So actually, this interstitial fluid has a lot of information that your blood has as well. So like your proteins, some like RNA, some like molecules, metabolites, hormones. It's actually there. So why go into the blood if you can actually go into just this layer under your skin?
Then I'm so curious, if that's the case, why is like, okay, again, I don't know much about this, but why is like detecting cancer so difficult nowadays? Like there's a lot of blood being drawn and a lot of pain. When if, for example, you would just need to check this fluid out, is there no simpler way?
Basically, I'm talking about the cutting edge of science. So
it
still hasn't reached the clinic yet.
Okay.
But they're just, the field is moving at an extremely unprecedented rate right now. This marker that I'm telling you about that's floating in blood and interstitial fluid, it's called microRNA. It just got the Nobel Prize this past year for physiology.
Oh, okay.
So now people are recognizing its importance.
And again, for people who don't know, what's RNA?
Yes, sure. So basically, you have your DNA, instruction manual for everything in your body.
Okay.
And let's say it's kind of like a cookbook with recipes.
Okay, yum.
RNA is just literally one copy of one recipe. Let's say like a brownie.
Okay,
so
my favorite.
RNA for brownie, RNA for chocolate chip cookie. So RNAs are little copies of the DNA that encode information like how do you make a protein or how do you do this or that. That's RNA. And the one that I've been working on for the past 10 years, and my lab's kind of famous for, let's say...
Look at you, famous for things.
Publishing in this area. The one thing, which is, it's called microRNA. It's like the smallest RNA you can find.
Okay.
It's like 20 letters long.
Okay.
Super, super tiny.
And you're the first? What?
No.
Okay.
We're just... We
Look at me.
publish a lot. No
fake
way.
news. Spreading fake news here.
No. So microRNA is, got the Nobel Prize this year, but a lot of people are working on it for many things. But my lab develops a lot of sensors for microRNA detection. So that's the thing that we know. This is our field. We know how to detect
it's your niche. It's your specialty.
Yeah. Yeah. So microRNA floats in your blood and also floats in your interstitial fluid. And right now, they're recognizing that what microRNA can do is literally go in and turn on or off cancer genes.
No way.
Yes. So it literally is the next level up. It's like epigenetics. Genetics, like epigenetics, the next level up of information. So I don't know if you've heard this. Like people always say, oh, everybody has the capacity to have cancer.
I've heard
have the
that.
genes. You've heard that, right? It's
true.
true.
And is it true, like it just needs to be triggered or active?
Exactly. It's true to an extent where you have other things in the body, like microRNA, that can go and kind of turn on or off the expression of them. And kind of trigger it on or trigger it off. And there are many, many reasons to trigger it on or off, genetic and other kind of environmental reasons. But for us, the whole goal is, can we detect microRNA? If we can actually get a fingerprint of what the disease that the patient has. So
how?
You have many different microRNAs, and different ones control different things in your body. So if I look at the blood of let's say colorectal cancer patient versus a healthy patient, and I just look at their microRNA, it's extremely different than the healthy patient.
Okay,
it's like some is like extremely high, some is extremely low compared to the healthy patient.
How? Like what is like?
What causes it?
Yeah, like, or what triggers it, or if it's like an on and off switch, if you can detect it, does that mean you can keep it off?
Yeah.
Oh.
So people are also working on therapies to go and silence those microRNAs, the bad ones.
Way.
Yes. This is why I love talking to non-experts, because you actually get to the point.
Like me.
You get to the point, and then you also come up with really cool ideas. But yes. So
Okay.
there are ways to go and like literally silence them.
Okay.
And they use this word silencing.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
that's such a powerful word. To,
Yeah.
like, I silence you. I silence cancer.
Silence
I
the bad
silence
ones.
cancer. What a thing to say.
Silence the bad ones, yeah.
Yeah.
The oncogenes. And then
The what genes?
They're called oncogenes. So
Okay.
onco as in oncology, as in cancer.
Okay.
And then you have the good ones. They're called tumor suppressor genes.
Okay.
TSGs.
Wait, there's good ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have good microRNAs and bad microRNAs.
Oh, okay.
And depending on their levels, you'll know, okay, this person has colorectal cancer, or this person has
Just from that, from
literally just from that.
that
or
is
breast
so
cancer,
cool. I
or
don't know
this
if
or
cool
that.
is the word, but that is so interesting.
So that's literally what we've been trying to do. And
Okay.
then every student comes up with a different technology.
Okay.
And this is my criteria for the students. Guys, number one, guys and girls, it's accessible. So it's tiny, portable, something I can literally put into my pocket or put onto the desk, something that everybody can afford, everybody has access to.
Yeah.
And ideally cheaper than existing technologies that are available in the market, cheaper than doing an MRI or a CT scan, because we want healthcare to be accessible for all.
I love that.
So that's it. It's not just we're going to do something better than only, the 0.1% of the world can afford.
Because
Right,
that's obviously one of the most major issues, especially when it comes
Exactly.
to cancer detection and
Therapy.
yeah, a lot of people can't afford it,
Exactly.
unfortunately, so they just choose to suffer.
Exactly.
It's not really a choice, but actually I shouldn't use that word, because they don't have that choice. They don't have that luxury because it is so expensive. So I'm very happy you're doing that.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. It's a big thing that we keep in mind. Like, it's
Yeah.
a criteria. I'm like, make sure that your device, whatever it is, can be affordable, can be accessible. I can actually ship it to places that are resource limited. I can, send it to
And
someone
are your
who's
students
living.
coming up with
They
like cool
are.
ideas?
They're amazing. I
Really?
love my students. Yeah, my students, my team, they're great. It's about 13 or 14 of them from master's level and above. So master's, PhD, and then I have postdoctoral researchers from all over the world.
Okay.
And everybody, when I tell them, okay, I'm a professor in Saudi, they always imagine, okay, most of my students are Saudi. بس بالعكس تخيلي, we have students from China to
What?
literally South America.
That's so
Literally
cool.
Peru, Mexico.
Yeah.
We have Brazilian
Because I would
students.
imagine, like, especially in KAUST, that the students, or like the majority of the people who are living and working there, would be Saudi.
Yeah, it's not the case.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, Saudi is actually able to attract talent and
Yeah.
attract, STEM students from all over the world. And I'm so lucky to get to work with them. I feel like with just one demographic of students, you will never come up with really cool, funky ideas. But with such a mixture from all over the world, and then male, female, different age groups, this and that,
Yeah.
you'll come up with something fun. Like, it's not me, it's literally just orchestrating a team, putting them together, getting them to kind of talk, exchange ideas, and then you get fun things like this coming out of it.
Like this.
literally.
I love how you're holding this device as if it's like the simplest and the cutest thing ever, whereas this could potentially save lives.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
But yeah, so like just this, actually I have one student from Indonesia working on this kind of the microneedle part, and then the bottom part, the electrode, is a postdoc from Pakistan, and then the probes are actually being printed by a researcher who's like Turkish British, and then there's so many people are involved in
I have
this.
a question. This is just in terms of who you are, like in general, because mashallah, you're very young and you're very successful.
Thank you.
I imagine, especially in this kind of field, like, I don't know if this is exactly the conversation we should be having, but like, I feel like it's difficult for a woman like you to be taken seriously because of maybe your age and your gender. Not to make it a whole feminist movement, but
Yeah.
like, it's just the reality of the situation and the industry you're in. But especially your age, because you're talking to me right now about something very, very, like, my mind can't wrap my head around the fact that you just developed this device that is, I don't even know what to call it. Like, brilliant seems like an understatement of a word. But do you feel like you have to prove yourself a little bit harder because of your age and because of the fact that you're a woman by any chance, or is this just like something that maybe I'm just thinking about?
I think it's a very valid point. And I'll tell you an example of what I typically face, which I guess is a good thing and a bad thing.
Okay.
So, for example, if we have visitors to KAUST, or, I'm at a conference.
Okay.
You get visitors coming by the lab, and obviously the first person they want to talk to is what we call in my field the PI of the lab, the principal investigator, so the professor. And so they come, and unfortunately, in most cases, they assume one of my team members is the professor, and I'm just a student there. So they would come up, and
I don't know if it's a compliment. Like you said, you don't know if it's a good or bad thing, because you are very young and beautiful, and so like I can understand why someone would, because the image of a professor would maybe not be you.
Exactly.
But I don't know why we have that image. I don't know if it's just conditioning over years of like, a professor should be looking a certain way, But how does that make you feel?
It's really funny. At the beginning, it was a bit, I don't know, I was taken back a little bit, but I feel like my team, my students were more embarrassed than I was.
Okay.
So what happens now is whenever people come, the students would come up and say, "Oh, this is my professor. By the way, this is the professor. Don't
this cute like tiny little human is my professor.
This one. So,
she's the genius."
It's a good thing and a bad thing.
They're all geniuses, I'm sure.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, they're crazy amazing. But so now this is what happens. Even at conferences, like I'd bring a student with me, and then they'd assume that the student is the professor, or we're both students. I'm glad you bring it up, because this is something I really want to change. I want to change the mentality of what a professor, in this 21st century looks like or acts like, and not just because of our gender, but also like how we carry ourselves, our characteristics of like a good professor, or even a good leader in general. That should change in people's minds. Actually, I was reading about this. I think it was on. Just last week, I was reading an article, and it really made me happy. This is recently they did a study. They asked students, elementary school students, to draw a scientist. And more than ever, they're drawing female scientists now.
No way!
Yeah, it made me so happy.
That's so cute.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
And you see this like picture of like this blonde with like two pigtails and then glasses. I'm like, oh, it's close enough.
Okay. That's so nice to know that the
Really?
impression of professors and scientists are changing in the younger generation.
It's changing. Alhamdulillah. So we need to keep changing it, and like, I think even the concept of a leader should change as well. And
why do you say, like, why is this something you're clearly passionate about?
I'm very passionate about it, because I actually struggled to also find my kind of persona, or how I carry myself with my team. So like you said, Annie, because of my age and gender and maybe size, some people might not take me seriously. And it's true that I did encounter such circumstances where even students or even colleagues didn't take me seriously because of all the assumptions that they've built about young females.
Oh, that sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah.
But it was bad. And like you said, honestly, I did have to put a little bit more effort in, not to prove myself to them, but even to prove to myself that I'm here not just because of I'm ticking a box of, we need a Saudi professor in KAUST, for example, or we're taking a box of we need to increase the proportion of females in STEM. No, I'm here because of, my background and my experience and what I'm bringing in. So I did have to, in some cases, go a little bit beyond what's expected. Okay. And it's unfortunate. I don't want other female scientists to have to do this, but I've had to kind of do a little bit extra, be on 2 committees instead of 3 committees, publish a little bit more than is the average.
Okay.
Yeah. To make sure that, people know.
No one can question.
No one can question. Exactly.
You, your mind, why you're there.
Exactly.
Oh, but that's so annoying that you have to even do that.
Yeah.
It's like it's great for you in general. Like you're doing all these amazing things. You're doing the works, the publishings, everything, like for yourself, I guess. But like it's annoying that you have to go above and beyond and that extra mile just to. I don't even want to say get approval, but like just to like. It's like, yes, I'm here. Me being here, I'm just as worthy as you are to be here.
Exactly.
If not more so, maybe. I don't know who you're working with, but like But
and
yeah.
I don't want that to be the case for the next generation. I really don't want to. I want to make sure that...
See, you're amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying. At least I'm learning from the experience. And, okay, things that should be changed, and if I can change it in a way, shape, or form, I definitely want to contribute to that. So I don't want the next generation of female scientists or, you know, to have biases associated with them and to have to try to erase those biases.
Like what?
One thing, for example, and this is something I learned. Sometimes when you think of a good leader or a successful leader in whatever field, like حتى a chef, for example, I don't know what you're imagining in your head, but حتى I'm not imagining someone that's smiling and like empathetic and someone that's... I'm not imagining that.
No, that's so true, because the first person I thought of was Gordon Ramsay.
There you go. It's not someone that, you know, it's someone you could definitely take seriously. It's someone that is, you know, imposing, someone that's, you know, not necessarily very empathetic or friendly or open or, you know, inviting or, you know,
it's like you wouldn't picture like a nonna in the kitchen, like welcome to my humble home, where she's probably creating like better dishes than most of those high-end chefs.
Exactly. And those are some of the characteristics that I just mentioned, and like emotional and this and that. Those are some characteristics that define me and a lot of other females.
Yeah.
I don't want to change that.
I love that so much, Dana.
Yeah.
Because I agree with that. I think a leader is defined by the amount of people who are willing to follow them. And I think what makes a good leader is someone, I don't want to say who leads by example, but is someone who is able to show the different facets of what it is to be a human.
Yeah.
But that's my impression. Like, I don't think you can truly lead without evoking and emitting emotion.
Exactly.
So anyone who's like a woman, for example, cannot be in a high stressful field because she'll be too emotional. I think that logic and perception is very much skewed and needs to change, like you said, because there is no such thing as not... If you're passionate about anything, that means you are emotional about it. And if you're whether you're a man or a woman, the argument that a woman cannot lead or a woman cannot be at a high pressure situation, basically, I just realized I talked in circles, because she's too emotional is ridiculous. It's because she's emotional about it that you know she's gonna give it her all.
Exactly.
She's gonna like fight to the end to make sure that her vision is accomplished, because she feels that strongly about it. It is those very feelings that are fueling her.
Exactly. And exactly what you said. And I think, you know, without that, you can't even build trust with your team. And you need to have this empathy. You need to have this vulnerability. You need to have these emotions, these feelings to build that trust.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's all about the team. And
because you're all human.
Exactly. You cannot be a leader of
you cannot connect with people if you don't feel and show that you are the same. You are one of them.
Exactly.
I'm not going to connect with a robot. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I'm not going to follow a robot.
That's exactly right. And that's what I noticed. Like, this was the most difficult thing for me. Everybody asked me, what was your biggest challenge? And alhamdulillah, okay, you're doing well academically and in your career. What was your biggest challenge? And it was building the team. It was identifying the right team, building that environment where they can excel. And with their success, we're gonna, you know, collectively move the science forward and come up with the best ideas and save people's lives. You need that team. And for me, what I noticed is that, like you said, I don't want to have to suppress what makes me female and what makes me to become a good leader. Because at the beginning, Tulin, I thought, okay, to counteract that image of, okay, you're a young female and maybe we're not going to take you seriously, to counteract that, I was trying to suppress the things that made me like being empathetic. I was trying to be very, very serious. I was trying to be somebody else. I was trying to be, you know, the male. You
were trying to be
leader.
What people told you a leader should be.
Exactly.
And that wasn't you.
It was so wrong. It was not me.
Yeah.
It was sort of
and you probably didn't do as well at the time
and
because of
very
it.
quickly I noticed. Very quickly. And maybe I lasted 2 weeks, not being me.
Thank God it didn't last long, because some people I feel like put up a facade for a very long time, and I'm sure it gets to them and it causes a lot of like mental and emotional discomfort.
I couldn't. The emotions are bursting to me and I couldn't stop them. Like, for example, my student
so
got their
cute.
paper.
Yeah.
Literally, my student got their first paper accepted. Like, literally the tears here. Like, I couldn't. Like, I was so happy for them.
Dana.
I was just so happy.
Yeah, but
like,
I'm sure the student
indeed,
appreciated that, and I'm sure the
definitely.
student felt more connected to you because of that.
Exactly.
Like if my teacher did that, I would follow that teacher to the end, you know. Like, but my teachers
go, trust.
were those strict, you know, like not so like that leadership style that you have, that the world is portraying as a good leader. Yeah, I would not follow that
There you
person.
go.
I would follow you.
There you
Cry
go.
for me. Cry for me, Argentina. But yeah,
Those are the things. I
that's
feel
so
like,
sweet of you.
you know what, I'm not going to suppress it. This is why, if I have to be like the emotional female professor, I'm going to be that.
Yeah.
And like you said, I felt like, okay, there was trust being built. The students were more connected. They're more invested. They're more themselves.
Yes.
You know, they could come to me without worrying about anything, you know. They felt
Safe.
yeah, safe. I think so. I think so. I hope so. But
I'm sure.
طبعاً, like, this is not to say that I'm also professional at work. So it's not to say that, okay, everything that happens at work, I'm going to be driven purely by emotion.
Of course not.
I also
Especially
have
in
to
this
create
field.
exactly. I also have to create boundaries, and that's something I learned.
Okay.
And
How do you do
can,
that?
You can make boundaries so clear, so black and white.
Okay.
By literally setting criteria. Like what I did with my students, for example, is I literally wrote up my expectations for the student. You know,
Okay.
for example, every week you need to submit a weekly report.
Okay.
I know my students hate me for it, but hopefully, inshallah, they'll, you know, thank me for it in the future.
So it's for your own good.
It's for your own good. So there's that strictness as well. 9 a.m., Sunday 9 a.m., you have to write an entire weekly report of what you did last week.
Oh my God, I would hate you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
There you go. And I told them that, guys, team, you're going to hate me for this, but trust me, you're going to thank me for it later. And if
Okay.
you don't 3 times, probation.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would have been on probation so fast.
Literally probation. And I take it so seriously.
Okay. No, good. Because you need them. Like, yeah.
Like, this is why
It's like you're not just fluff.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. وبعدين تاني, because I know myself that I'm driven. I can be influenced by emotion. I can be
Okay.
driven by emotion. So, for example, somebody comes up and says, you know, like, I don't know, I need to take my puppy to the vet or my kitten to the vet, and it happens. Like, my students actually told me this. I'm like, oh my God, the cat, it's okay, take an entire week off.
No way.
Like,
Dana.
that's what I would have done.
Oh, okay,
Because
okay.
of those boundaries, I would still tell this, like, now that I have those boundaries, I tell the students, I don't care what happens, Sunday 9 a.m., like, unless طبعا يعني لا سمح الله something really, really crazy happens.
Yeah, I get you.
But
like within reason.
yeah, within reason. 9 a.m., that needs to be there.
Okay.
But I knew how to, like, you know what? I can create boundaries, but also respect the fact that, you know,
Yes,
things
yes,
happen.
respect,
But
that's
that
the thing.
balance,
Yeah.
alhamdulillah, I've managed to kind of figure that out. So
Yeah.
you can be this and that. You can be like a female professor or leader or whatever, as long as you create the right boundaries, you know.
100%.
Be who you
And
are.
like you said, I think actually your emotions are your superpower here. And I think they are the reason why your students are willing to go the extra mile for you and follow through with all of the boundaries that you've set forward. And I think it's because you also not just, because like you said, you're fluff, but you're also strict.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to say you're fluff. You're not fluff. You're human.
Exactly.
But like you allowed them the space to have freedom to
Yeah.
do the work. You set the priorities, the deadlines, but you also like, so there is an end goal, and there, as long as they meet it, they can meet it in whatever, they can take whatever route, whatever, however you want to pronounce it, to get there.
Exactly.
So it's like you're showing them that I respect you as an adult, as an intellectual. I'm not going to micromanage you. You know that this is the end goal. As long as you get there, take whatever you need to do to get there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think in general, more leaders should adopt that mentality, because I think they might be surprised what people would come up with. It's like, oh, I have the freedom to explore this different pathway that maybe another person would not have allowed me to explore, and it would have been better for whatever the end result
Exactly.
is, yeah.
I think the one thing that I took from this experience, and by the way, I made so many mistakes until I found that right balance.
I'm
I just had
sure
to
life is all
clarify.
about learning and growing.
Yeah, and alhamdulillah, and I did learn from it at least, and I learned some things and I
Can I
implemented
ask
them.
what they are? Or like if you want, no pressure, but you can spill the tea if you want.
There you go. I mean, I had some good and bad experiences. Like, for example, one thing I noticed is you cannot judge a person based on a piece of paper or based on, you know, a CV
Yes.
or what you hear.
I never lied on my CV.
Not at all.
I definitely did everything I said I did.
So that's what I learned for sure.
Oh
Because
no, was it that bad?
it was very bad.
Oh, God.
It was very bad. But I learned a lot from it. Like now when I hire students,
Yeah.
it's not based on your CV. It's based on, let's say, 3 criteria. And actually a student asked me this yesterday. I was doing interviews. Like, what are you assessing us on? Like, okay, 3 things. 1, do you have the right like technical background?
Okay.
Basic technical background to actually be able to understand what we're doing. But it's fine if not. Number 2, are you passionate? Like, do you have something that you're passionate about that no matter what, if it's like raining, if it's snowing in Saudi, you're still going to get out of bed and you're going to come and you're going to do it. And number 3, do I see that they're resilient enough to like keep going, because they're going to face so many challenges in a PhD. Like, it's not going to work for a very long period of time.
Really?
Marra. This is the epitome of a PhD. You fail so many times, and that one person that decides I'm going to come that next day and do something different, that's the person that gets the PhD. Like, it's crazy. يحطم. Like, at some
Like, what do you
point,
mean?
can
Like
feel
that one person that comes in and does something different?
Yani, you need to be so resilient. You need to be so passionate.
See,
and
passion,
motivate.
emotion.
There you go. Passionate, motivation. You need to have that motivation to come in, because at graduate level, I'm not going to go and wake up the students and say, come to work or do this or do that. They need to be self-disciplined, self-motivated. For the one thing I was trying to figure out from my interview is no longer like, okay, can you explain to me, I don't know, this principle of science or this or this or that. How motivated are you to keep coming when you see that 2 weeks in a row, 2 months in a row, the experiment is not working?
I get that.
And it's so hard to figure that out from a person. Like, you really need to get to know the person.
You need to give them time sometimes. And unfortunately, sometimes you don't have the time. But
Exactly.
I agree with that. I agree with you that it's one thing to be good on paper. It's one thing to actually not just be good on paper. Like, maybe they actually have the knowledge to back everything up. But there's a difference between knowing how to do something and being very smart, or book smart at least. And even if you weren't book smart, but like to know how to do something versus to have the drive to continue doing it and to push for beyond what you know. Like, there's a lot, and sometimes somebody might not know something, but they have the willingness to learn it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I have literally the perfect example of that. I had one student who looked amazing on paper, ended up not doing anything, because I think this particular student had another motivation or had another reason, didn't define their why. Okay, this is why I always tell my students, like, whenever I see them like going down and maybe not performing as much, I literally stop everything and I tell them, do not come back tomorrow until you identify your why.
Okay.
Like, do not show up here.
You are a leader. You are genuinely a leader, Dana. Even this logic, telling them to go back, define your why and come back. Not many professors would do that with their students. They would just pass, fail, or whatever, or get frustrated.
Because I wouldn't be where I am without having known that why. And that why changed over time. But without that why, well, I wouldn't be here.
But that's what I'm saying. You are a natural born teacher. You are a natural born leader.
I love it. Alhamdulillah.
With your emotions. So I agree with you. People need to change that perception of what it means to be a leader, a teacher, and all these things. And I think the world is getting there. It's just taking time, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Yeah. But people like you are the reason why it's changing. So keep doing you.
Thank you so
Keep
much.
being emotional, but also set your boundaries.
I think the tea is getting very sweet. You're being way too nice. Alhamdulillah. So I had that case, and then I had another student, Tulin. Literally, I had the interview with her. I asked her the questions. It's a her. But anyway, I asked her the questions, and she failed to answer them. She literally failed. And this is one thing I really strive for, is just to be fair, and this is why I create the boundaries. So to be fair, I had to fail the student at the interview stage.
Okay.
student came back and asked for an internship in my lab. Just an internship, just let me try to prove. So I gave her the internship, and she did perform very, very well. And I told her, okay, I'm going to give you a master's. I'll please do a master's in my lab. Initially, the girl started crying. I was crying because literally, بعدها, like right after the Zoom meeting, I started crying because if somebody didn't give me the opportunity that I gave that student, I wouldn't be here as well.
Yeah.
But it was about opportunity, and she tried to go the extra mile. She tried to have, and by
like she came back.
She came back.
You saw that.
She did extra time. She did extra work, and she really did not have the scientific backing. She's one of the most accomplished and amazing students I have.
Oh my God,
lab.
that brings me so much joy to hear.
So, I was so proud of her.
But see, she didn't have the know-how. She wasn't on paper what was right, but she had the willingness to learn.
You cannot judge based on paper.
I always feel like invest in people over criteria.
Yes. Definitely invest in people. I think that's a big thing. And back to the point where we're talking about, maybe I won't see in my lifetime the actual effect that these technologies have on people's lives, at least in the healthcare field.
I hope you do.
Inshallah.
I hope you get to look at something and be like, this is because I did that.
That's my ultimate goal. And just seeing somebody use it and actually benefit from it, inshallah. But one thing I do see is the effect of, what I taught or how I mentor on students' lives. Like that I see, and that drives me. Like that makes me go to work regardless of what's going on. Like, I love that. This is why I wanted to go into academia. Because, you can do technologies and stuff in companies, but that teaching aspect and the fact that you invest your time in educating someone else, that investment in people, I think is super rewarding, like more rewarding than anything that I can develop. And I think I told you this story before.
What? Tell me again.
This one student, one of my first students.
Okay.
And he needed a lot of investment.
Okay.
He needed a lot of time investment. Because
I'm trying to remember if you told me this. But
I think
guys, I have goldfish memory. I'm the best person to tell secrets too. I'm the best person to spill the tea too, because I'll literally forget. But
there you go. Now spill the tea about the student. I could notice that from the beginning, the student needed a lot more of my time and my effort. He comes from a country that's not English language speaking. Okay. And so he needed to submit a thesis, like pre-proposal. It's actually a document that is kind of the earliest stages of what your PhD thesis is going to be.
Okay.
And it needs to be assessed by a committee and so on. And so he wrote the first draft, and Tuneen, when I saw it, I'm like, this is going to take me, like, not just weeks, it's going to take me months to help get it to the right level. But it's one thing about this student, no matter what, like, if it fails a million times, he's there the next day trying to fix it. He's so driven. He's so driven. He's so passionate. So he fits all that thing that we talked about in terms of, what I look for in a good student. So I'm like, what? This student is putting his effort in. Let me invest in this student.
Yeah.
So that he would still pass with that first. But for me, I wanted the student to also gain and learn something. So I said, I'm going to invest in the student. تخيلي how many times we went back and forth to correct that document. I think it was version 15.
Oh my God, the patience you have, woman. Okay, yeah.
By the way, the document is 150 pages long. Yeah. 150 pages long. Version 15.
15 times. 15. You know that thing in Friends where Ross was like 16 pages front and back. But okay, so you corrected it like 15 times.
15 times. I don't know how the student managed, and I thought at some point the student could be like, I give up.
Okay.
Alas. But I just still really wanted him to learn and improve. And by version 15, he submitted it to the committee. The committee loved it. The committee's like, this is one of the best theses.
Whoever he is, good job.
Yes. Good job. So he did really, really, really well. But there's one thing that I swear, like, if no matter what happens, I'm still going to do what I'm doing. He told me one thing. He said, Professor, and it was a Zoom meeting. He said, Professor, when I go back home to my family.
Don't cry. Girl, don't cry.
This document is going to be my most prized possession.
Oh my God, I remember this
That's
part.
what I
I forgot
told
everything
you.
else, but I remember this part. Oh,
loved
Tana, I'm
it.
so happy for you. I'm
Wallahi.
so happy for him. I'm so happy you had this
So
experience.
proud.
No, I would have cried. I would have cried on
Right?
the spot. Like, no.
End Zoom meeting. No. But
Oh.
alhamdulillah. These are the things that are like, oh,
Like, you're tearing up now. I feel like you should, okay, note to self, future interviews or conversations have tissues.
have tissue paper.
Yeah. Use your abaya.
Alhamdulillah. These are the small little moments that I'm like,
That is not a little moment,
Little
though.
moment.
Like, he literally, like, he valued your opinion, your help so much that this paper that you worked on together is his prized possession. Like, if someone
Yeah.
said that to me,
yeah. And his parents probably don't even understand the English, right? So he could value just the amount of effort I put in. And even and he's gonna share it to the rest of his family, and they don't even understand it. And
You're
I'm like,
joking.
imagining the whole thing in my mind.
oh, Dana, you're gonna cry.
no crying. We'll spill the tea. We won't cry.
no crying. We'll cry
Alhamdulillah.
after.
That was a really nice moment. Alhamdulillah.
That is more than a nice moment. Don't undersell it. I'm so happy you're having these experiences. Like, you deserve that.
Alhamdulillah.
Like, I hope you get many more beautiful
Alhamdulillah.
moments.
There's times when I cry because something bad happens and I
Okay.
made the wrong decision. And I can't also go into too much like detail about that. But,
Okay.
where, I hired the wrong students, and then, there's a situation where everything that I, contribute to the student was devalued or, completely thrown under the bus. And that's the times where I also cried, but,
For different
tears
reasons,
of sadness,
obviously.
exactly, not tears of joy. But those were all learning experiences. And alhamdulillah, I'm happy that I went through them, both the pros and the cons and the ups and the downs. But in the end, I will never suppress the emotions. Like, I remember when I went to that... I had a big meeting because of the issues that happened with that one student.
Okay.
And when they told me that the student did this and that or said this and that about you or about the team, I think I also mentioned this to you. I cried in the meeting immediately on the spot. And I told them, look, it's not about, I know myself. I know the science is solid. I know this and that. But I'm just crying because of the, because how I felt betrayed in a way, I felt like all the effort that I put into the students wasn't really valued, and so there is emotion. So sometimes you can harness
Unfortunately,
it in a good
you
way and a
invest your time and effort and sometimes into people that are not worth it. But what I can tell from the way you're talking to me and the way that you're talking about your students in general, I can see, mashallah, the passion and the love that you have for them. Like, even with every accomplishment you're talking about, you're putting them before yourself. Like, I don't know if you noticed that, but every time it's like, oh, it's my team. You're not even mentioning yourself. So I picked up on that. So from the way you're speaking, I'm like, don't let the few override the masses in terms of how you are measuring your success and your influence on your students.
Alhamdulillah.
Because like, from even like that sweet guy, whoever he may be, who's gonna cherish that paper forever, clearly you're doing something. I don't even want to say like something right, because it's beyond right.
Alhamdulillah.
So yeah, keep doing you, keep smiling, keep spreading your emotions, but also your boundaries, and just like keep fighting the good fight.
Alhamdulillah, yeah. I think that's what I learned. Like, like you said, it's a superpower, right, that we have, and there's going to be ups and downs, but you can harness this emotion, this energy that we have, this empathy that we have, also in a good way to make you an even better leader. Inshallah, I'm definitely not going to change who I am to try to fit a mold, but inshallah we get to change that mentality about leaders.
I hope
and,
so.
and stuff like that.
And I think it is like I said, I think like people like you and others who are showing that there's a different way to lead or to teach. It's definitely changing the mindset of the young, clearly, from what you said about how they are now drawing scientists that are like women with pigtails and all these things. I think that's so cute. I wonder what the future holds, but like, yeah.
Inshallah.
You said that there might be something you wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah, so there's like a completely different topic of science that we work on.
Please,
in my lab, but
please spill it.
if you want to kind of change the topic from cancer and diagnostics and stuff like that, Maybe I'll preface this discussion by asking you a question.
Oh, okay. Oh my God. I'm going to be put on the spot. Let's go.
There you go. I'm always so curious when I meet new people.
Okay.
I like to ask them, you know, when it comes to decision making, are you the type of person that's really quick at making decisions, or
Don't ask. Okay, yeah,
No,
continue.
That's it. Like, are you?
I'm so fast. It's bad. Like, because no. But that's why I'm like, you shouldn't ask me. Like, okay, I am someone. I am not a leader. Do not follow my example. I'm very impulsive. So I have ended up in a lot of holes, but I've also like flown, you know. So I'm very, like, to the dismay of my mother, I am very impulsive. Hence starting a podcast.
I don't know how you do that. Honestly, I think it's a superpower to have the ability to make decisions quickly. If you know how much time I invest into making one small, tiny.
Okay, actually, let me also say one thing about this. Wait, let me think about it. So I do make very quick, impulsive decisions. However, if you, for example, we were to go buy ice cream, I will sit in front of the menu for like 5 years. I'm like, should I get this flavor? Should I get this flavor? But then I'm just like, you know, but I am also impulsive in the sense it's like I'll think about it for like a minute or two, but then I'll ask whoever is serving me, it's like what their favorite flavor is, and whatever they recommend, I end up taking it. A lot of times I end up regretting it, but like when it comes to major decisions, I am very impulsive. Like I'll just be like, okay, let's book a flight here. Okay, let's jump off this balcony.
I love it.
Like with a bungee rope, guys, not just like not a balcony, but like, you know what I mean. Like
fun.
I act then think, and a lot of the times that's not the best thing to do. But I am me, and you are you, and you are doing important things. No. I can be sacrificed. You keep working hard and cure cancer.
Can I counter this argument by telling you it's not impulse? Like, this is something I actually read about today, and I was so bad at making decisions. Okay. I don't know if you heard of this book. It's called Blink. You heard of Blink?
I've heard. I have not read it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
It's amazing. It is literally about what you're just saying. Like, are those impulses actually accurate, like good? Or are they like, you know, gonna lead me astray?
Okay.
And the book is literally all about how your subconscious mind has the capacity to make split-second decisions that are more effective than spending hours on data analysis.
Am I a genius too? Oh my God, no. What I'm taking away from all of this is that I'm a genius too. I'm not curing cancer anytime soon, but I'm a genius. No, but yeah, that's so interesting. Tell me more.
It's called thin slicing. Like, this is what he was talking about, that your mind, subhanAllah, has this ability to thin slice information. Like, there's so much information that we're facing in this world, right? Coming from right, left, and center, and we're generating so much data, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And subhanAllah, the brain, to analyze this and to make decisions, has this ability to thin slice. So take only the most important data and then make a decision based on that.
I do that with everything.
Yeah, and subhanAllah, you don't even know why, because it's your subconscious brain. It's not your logical brain. No, but you don't
get it. Like, I'll literally like take whatever like shallow information you give me, and I'll just decide that this is it.
There you go.
I'll just deduce the rest from whatever points that.
There you go. And that's what
that's not good. Like, I hear what I want to hear, basically.
It's a superpower. I'm telling you, this ability. Because
I was a superhero. You just confirmed it. It's fine.
You never know. So apparently, experts do this very well. Like, an expert who's watching a tennis match can predict within the first few seconds if this serve is actually going to get him a point or not. Kida, like, there's something or you can train your eye to see like if this sculpture is real or fake. Like, those experts have that ability. For you can actually train your brain to be so good at that. Like, حتى مثلا in relationships.
Okay.
Like, you get to know somebody new, and then you struggle with trying to understand, okay, is this person right fit for me or not? Like, these are big decisions.
Yeah.
There are some thin slices of information that you can try to extract from your interaction with this person to help you decide whether it's going to be a successful relationship or not.
That's so cool.
Isn't that cool? Like, you can apply this to so many things, not just like whatever, the big decisions, hatta relationships and things like that. But these things are things that I'm trying to learn because, and this actually gets to the science part.
Okay, yeah.
Because, like, we're living in a world where we have so much data.
Yes.
Like, we all struggle with like data storage. I'm sure you take a lot of pictures and sometimes.
Oh my God, too much. And the thing is, like, not just data in terms of me storing it, but like in the way I consume it now, like it's difficult for, I know everyone talks about it, but like with TikTok and stuff and the amount of information we're digesting, like I can't sit through a movie anymore because it.
Yes.
And I'm
our
frustrated.
capacity.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is actually one of the biggest challenges, but also, biggest, advancements that we're living with. We have so much data. Everybody's generating data right, left, and center, and some of it
And
is
I'm
good.
hoping to become one of those people. That's a double-edged sword,
and,
you know?
and yours is going to be actually good data, good
I hope
information.
so. Maybe, I don't know, we'll
that
see.
people are going to benefit from. But there's a lot of trash data or like a lot of trash information that we should, if we can, kind of filter out, like wear a pair of glasses and just see what's important in life. I'm going so philosophical, but actually getting to the science, to the science of things. SubhanAllah, we have a lot of data right now, and hatta, how data is stored on your phone. Like you have these microchips, like memory chips, and they're made of silicon. And actually, we're gonna run out of silicon to store all the data that we have. Like
You're kidding?
Yeah, it's
You're
crazy.
Actually kidding?
Yeah, at some point.
That's how much data we're. Oh my God.
Yeah, we're gonna have so much data that we need to store that we don't even have the silicon. Actually, silicon comes from sand, by the way, to store it.
And the amount of sand that we have, you'd imagine we'd have an unlimited supply of silicon.
You'd think, but this is a very big issue. And my lab is doing something. We have a little project on the side trying to tackle that. And that's
Look
what
at you developing more things here and there. Like cancer wasn't enough, but okay.
It's a really cool one that I wanted to like highlight since you gave me this opportunity.
No, highlight everything you want to highlight. Use my platform. It's fine.
It's
our
cool.
platform.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's cool because I think it applies to so many things when you think of data and so on. But subhanAllah, if I ask you like how is data stored in our body, even from biology, you'll know it's in your DNA.
Yes.
Right? And subhanAllah, Rabbana created DNA in a way that it can compress so much information in such a small volume. So the issue with data that we have now is you have so much of it, and hatta to store it on those little chips is occupying space and taking up energy.
Okay.
But why don't you get inspired by nature? And this is what my lab is thinking about, and literally use DNA to store information. Like fake DNA.
No, but like my mind right now is just, I don't even want to say blown because that's so overused, but I don't even know how you thought of that. Here you are like saying, oh my God, I want to like thin slice like you, be impulsive. No, stay you. Your brain works so much better than mine.
No, I'm telling you, it's not all me. Everything I talked about is always like inspired by something that somebody said or a paper that somebody published. But this idea, I thought it was so cool when I read about it.
But how would you even go about doing? Like, what is the? No, okay, talk. I'm gonna shut up now. Go.
Tell you. But the nice thing about DNA, like, why would you even want to store information on DNA? And طبعا Mama, when I told her this, she's like, Dana, what are you gonna do with like biological warfare? I'm like, Mama, relax. No, it's like fake DNA. Yeah. You can actually print fake DNA these days, or you can kind
what? What do you mean?
Like you can make your own.
Wait, say more things.
There's some instrumentation and chemistries that you can use to actually print out fake DNA.
Okay.
We have one
so
in
I
my
can
lab.
Technically print out and like make my own man?
I wish.
Like
we'll do that as a project number 3. I'll get you involved.
Look at you. Anyway, saving cancer, saving humans' lives, curing cancer, and saving love lives. Okay, let's go.
I wish. So there's this ability. You can basically take a strand of DNA. And right now, the DNA has information, right? You've got A, T, C, Gs. It's like letters, and then it has codes for information and so on. So we have this ability in the lab to add a whole other level of information on that DNA. So imagine like a long string.
Okay.
And you literally decorate it with pieces of information.
Okay.
And
that was so beautifully put.
That's literally how we call it decoration. We call it literally decorating DNA. Okay. We have very funky names to our stuff, but you know, they stick. So why would you want to do that? DNA can be compressed a lot, so you can have it really, really in like small volumes.
Okay.
You can freeze it, and you can kind of store it for millions of years, and nothing happens. So why not?
Dana, are you saying that you're creating like a form of immortality right now?
No. You store.
This is where your mom was going to be like, Dana, no.
just use the concept of DNA as a memory device.
Oh my
Just
God.
to store information. That's
So-
it.
So wait, your memories will live on?
No, like not
After
memory.
you-
Like let's say I want to, save this number.
Okay.
1,470.
Okay.
Right, 1470. I can decorate this DNA with those codes for 1, 4, 7, and 0.
Okay.
And I can compress this DNA and store it. And whenever I want to find that code, I can read the DNA.
That is so cool.
Is that cool?
I don't even like.
But it's not.
Look, I got goosebumps.
We're not the only ones thinking about this. So
I
many
know,
other
but
groups
still,
are.
like, regardless, whoever's thinking about it, no, I'm joking. But like, it's such a cool concept.
Cool. SubhanAllah. It's a lot. This is like nature-inspired project that we have.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh my
just
God.
because we
And
have
you're
so much
working on
data.
this right now.
Yes.
Simultaneously with
We're
the
working on this.
sensors for early cancer detection. Is there a name for it, by the way?
This one, I guess my
The
students
sensors?
gave it a name.
Okay.
He called it Pap to Patch, but basically the
Pap
little-
to Patch?
Pap to Patch.
That's so cute.
It's so, it's so funny. We love coming up with names for our technologies because
Yeah.
they stick. So we have one. It's called Prote Patch, like for drug delivery, and then this one he said, "I'll call it Pap to Patch, like for sensing." Because I don't know how he come.
You
come
heard
up
it
with the
here
name.
first, patent pending.
But yeah, patent pending,
Yeah.
and you're gonna see the paper hopefully very soon.
Oh, I hope so.
But yes, inshallah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So this DNA data storage kind of project is super cool. I think.
What are you hoping to achieve with that? Like, what is the
What's
vision?
end goal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even my mom asked me the same question. Like she always asks me this. Like, Dana, what am I? What's the end goal? Like,
Yeah.
What's the actual product? And in fact, I want to use it for sensing. So I want the DNA
Okay.
to be used kind of to. I want to encode information about the disease on that DNA. So does a person
Oh.
have this microRNA or not? Or does this person have this cancer or not? I
Okay,
want
that makes
that
sense.
to be stored on that piece of DNA. So in the end, it is for sensing.
Yeah.
But that concept, I think,
It
is
can
really
be
cool.
used for more than that,
Yeah.
but like you want to use it for sensing. But like
Yeah.
just the technology in itself will be very beneficial for like a plethora of different things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this technology is one where you only store the most important information. And so it kind of also goes back to the point, like,
So I can't store like my TikToks or my like.
unfortunately,
Okay,
not
fine.
just yet, but other people
Sure.
are working on that.
Okay. It's like nobody wants to see how I make my brownies. It's fine.
At some point, you might be able to store the whole information on DNA. I'm not gonna discount it, but yeah, it's interesting. I think it's a cool project.
That no,
you're
that's
working on, isn't it?
that's beyond cool. That's like a flash freezer cool, but like a,
Little sci-fi, but it actually, when you see it, you
What?
have to come to my lab.
Oh my
I'll
God, yes,
actually
please.
show you this stuff. Yes.
oh my God, I wonder if I can take this equipment and record. Probably too big. I'll use my phone. See my TikToks.
Yes.
I need that DNA thingy.
Literally, you can see the DNA. We have like, yeah.
That's so cool. You guys, if I can record it, I definitely will. Oh my God.
You see like the little like green DNA.
It's green?
Yeah, we labeled.
I don't know
it
why
green.
that's cool to me,
I
but
don't
it's
know
green.
We colored it green. It's not actually green.
Oh,
We colored
okay.
it green.
Artificial green.
Yeah.
But that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so impressive. Girl, you're on top of everything.
No, hey, trust me. If you see all the things that don't work,
No, I'm sure. Like, you can't succeed without failure.
Yeah,
Like
we
how
have a lot of
it's,
them.
it's not just like, what's it called? Exponential growth.
Yeah,
You need to like stumble and fall and plateau at times. Yeah.
exactly. But that's why I make sure that those students and myself, like we choose the project that we're so passionate about. That okay, it doesn't work. We're gonna keep doing it again and again and again.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
How do your students feel about that? I'm sorry, we're going probably too long.
Way
Let me know if you ever want
That's
to
okay.
like cut this interview short. But like, how do your students feel about like continuously working on the same thing? Are they passionate about it, or are they like, okay, we need to give this up? Like, do they ever get exhausted from like working with you on this? Like how, like you said, I imagine the way you curated your team is that you have to all mesh to fuel each other whenever things get difficult.
Yeah, you know what I try to do? Actually, this gets to the point of, okay, they're all gonna fail. So
Okay.
number one, I tell them this from day one, like, guys, a PhD is actually an experience where you're going to fail so many times. So you just get used to it.
Yeah.
Fail early, fail fast, and like get it out of the way because you can learn from it. And just make sure that you know how to take failure. You know how to get out of it. Normalize the feeling of failing. Like that.
Oh,
you
that's
have to make it
such good advice.
Isn't it?
No, wait.
Like,
it's like a good advice to a certain extent. Like, don't get comfortable
don't
with
get
failing.
too comfortable.
But like,
For
I think a
me,
lot
it
of
was a
people spiral
struggle.
when they fail instead of
And for me, like from what when you're just learning and maybe you're just doing exams or whatever, and maybe through like your high school or whatever, okay, there are some failures, but and alhamdulillah, it was actually okay, very few failures, more successes. But in real life, trust me, there are way more. And in PhDs, in real life, you're going to face a lot more. And it was a struggle for me just to make sure that my mind knows, Dana, look, you're going to face a failure. Get used to the feeling. It might be foreign. Get used to the feeling and try to learn strategies and techniques to get you out of that. It's the learning curve that matters. It's the movement out of it that matters. Alhamdulillah, like I had those enough experiences where, especially at the early stages of building this lab and in life, okay, I had the opportunity to experience this uncomfortable feeling. And maybe not normalize it, but at least
understand that it's part of the process.
Exactly. And it's normal, and we all face it, and it's what you do next that matters.
It's what you do next. It's how you move on from the failure.
Exactly. And that's what I told my students. I told them, guys, you're going to experience this, guys and girls, you'll experience this, and we all go through it, and it's okay to feel very bad, like when you get a rejection from a paper that you've been working on for a very long time, and then the journal says that it's trash. It's fine. And we all go through it, and I cry. Like until now, like if I get a rejection, at least at the beginning, I used to cry. Now I'm like, you know what? They just didn't see the
vision.
The vision, exactly. They just didn't understand it. You improve it a little bit more, and then you move on. Like I remember one of the students' papers, 3 times it got rejected from really good journals. Finally, we improved it, and we kind of showcased it in a different way, and it got accepted. It's now one of the most downloaded articles in that journal.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, like one of the top popular articles.
I'm so happy for you.
I'm so happy for my student and for me, alhamdulillah, and like who really, really struggled with it. I told them, like, look, you better get used to it. Yani, don't think that it's weird that you get a failure. Alhamdulillah, it's what you learn from it.
Like I think in general in life, it's just like a series of ups and downs, but like you said, it's how you move on from it, because you can't just do something and succeed. Like very few do, like I guess to some, like sometimes success comes easy, but more often than not it is hard work and determination, and it is falling on your face a lot of the times. But do you want to stay face in the ground, or do you want to stand back up?
Exactly.
So it's literally how you just move on from the fall.
Exactly. And so many people or so many, I guess, things, events in our lives celebrate all the big successes and not the failures. And this is why I make it a really big point to lean in the lab, and even in my life now, even the smallest things that go in the right direction, I make a big deal out of them.
Good.
I celebrate them.
I love
tell
that.
my family. I do like a whole thing.
That's amazing.
And I think the team appreciates it. I feel better. Like I appreciate it because we always highlight the big things in life, the big success of, you got a PhD, or oh, you did this, or you did that. There's so many little things that actually lead you there.
Exactly.
And on the way, there are failures as well. Acknowledge even the small little things that happen, and the failures, just be
you can't
used
reach
to them.
the top without taking that first step. So
exactly,
celebrate that step.
Yeah.
So
that's what we've been trying to do, alhamdulillah.
No, amazing.
Living and learning.
No, I love that. And look, and you're not just living and learning, you're teaching, you're helping other people learn. I learned a lot today. Like, genuinely, thank you so much for like coming on my show and sitting with me here and having this very open and honest conversation with me. I am truly in awe right now. I am not worthy. And all of
Please
you
don't say
listening.
that.
No, I'm
Please
joking. I
don't
was
say
going to be like, but yeah.
We've already discovered that you're the genius here who was able to
Oh
make
yeah,
split-second decisions.
I can. I don't know what I was gonna say. I can run real fast, but I can't even do that. Clearly, I am no genius. I can't even think of words right now. And the whole point of this show is for me to talk, and I can't even think of words right now. But basically, thank you so much, Dana, for joining me today on my couch. And thank you to all of you who are tuning in or who tuned in today. And even if you just tuned in to tune the world out, that's fine by me. So just click, follow, subscribe, do all the works, do whatever it is that you need to do so that wherever you may be, you keep up with Spill the Tea. So thank you so much, and everyone have an amazing day.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.